students, myself Miss Rachna Jain, Associate Professor, Department of English, Government PG College, Rajgarh, Alwar. Today in this video lecture, I am going to teach you the character sketch, compare and contrast of Ghisu and Madhav in the story Shroud. This topic is for the students of BA Part 3rd, English Literature First Paper, English Literature Paper 2nd, Unit 2nd. Introduction. Now I will give you the brief introduction of the father and the son and the brief story of the story Shroud. Shroud by Munshi Premchand is the story of two Dalit characters, Ghisu and Madhav, who are poor and lazy to do work. Ghisu is the father and Madhav is the son, and both do not want to work. Both just want to relax and rest all the time. What happened that the wife of Madhav, Budhiya, is pregnant and father and son have not money for the treatment of her. And the next morning she died due to the lack of treatment and miserable situation. After the death, they have to arrange some money for the funeral, but they do not have money, so they arrange some money to buy bag to their neighbors. They went to buy a shroud for her funeral, but rather purchasing the shroud, they spent the money to drink and eat some pakode, and the story ends. Second quality of this father and son is carelessness. Both are the careless persons. Munshi Premchand has presented a realistic picture of the father and son in the story Shroud. Both of them are great shirker and do not like to work at all to support themselves and Madhav's wife Budhiya. There is no dearth of work in the village. It is difficult for a hard-working man to earn his livelihood by. It is not difficult for a hard-working man to earn his livelihood by doing any number of chores to be done. Ghisu is notorious for working for one day and then taking off for 3 days leave. Like father, like son, Madhav is such a shirker that if he worked for half an hour, he would stop and smoke his pipe for an hour. So both of them seldom find work. If they have even a handful of grain in the house, they will not work at all. After a couple of days starvation, Ghisu will break off some twigs for firewood, and his son Madhav will sell these in the market. As long as they have some money, both of them will loiter about in the village. Both are irresponsible fellows. They are poor, yet they will not work. They have only a few clay pots in their hut and a few tattered rags to cover their nakedness. They are under debt. People abuse them, beat them, but they do not care. Some people lend them a little money without expecting to have their money back. They steal some potatoes or peas from someone's fields and eat them after roasting, or they pluck half a dozen sugar canes to suck at the night. This is how Ghisu has led this happy-go-lucky life for 60 years. Madhav is a dutiful son in this respect. He is following in his father's footsteps and trying to give an extra shine to his father's name. Since Budhiya has worked to support these shameless fellows, they have become more slothful than ever. If somebody wants to hire them for some work, they ask for double the normal wages and thus not get work at all. This is how they avoid doing any work. Ghisu and Madhav are the great liars. They told the Jamidars 2 lies, that both of them sat beside her the whole night, and that whatever they had was spent on her medicines. So both were the great liars. When Budhia dies and the child dies in her womb, they collect money from the village Jamidar and other people in order to buy a shroud for her dead body. Both of them are liars and say that whatever little money they had was spent on her care and medicines. People of the village offer them money, wood, and bamboo for the cremation. Then both of them discuss the futility of buying a piece of cloth for shroud, and after all it will be dark when they take Budhya's dead body to the cremation ground, and nobody will look at the shroud in the darkness. Moreover, the shroud gets burnt along with the corpse. They will go they go to the several shops but find nothing to meet their approval. By that time, dusk fall and they find themselves at the door of a toddy house. Both Gisu and Madhav were the practical people. They spent some money in liquor. They enter the liquor house, and Gisu orders a bottle of wine, some snacks, and fried fish. After gulping a few cups of wine, both of them become quite pleasurably drunk. Both are now confirmed in their view that a shroud is something useless. It gets burnt with the corpse and does not go with her to her next abode. So they spend the rest of the money on the other eatable and have a hearty meal. Madhav gives the leftover puris to a beggar and feels the pleasure of giving something for the first time. They bless Budhia and pray to God to take her to heaven. They guzzle down their drink. They onlookers consider them a pair of lucky people. Madhav feels sorry for his wife who suffered all her life and faced hardships before her death. Gisu consoles him by saying that Budhya is now free from this world of Maya. Then they begin to sing an old ballad and dance by rating their bodies for some time. In the end, both of them fall down in a drunken stupor. They were totally shameful fellows. They never think about their reputation. They never feel their responsibility towards Budhya. Even Gisu is superstitious man, and he thinks that Budhya, who is suffering the agony of childbirth, must be under the spell of some she devil. If they call the village the exorcist, he will charge not less than a rupee. And Madhav does not enter the cottage to look after his wife Budhya. It seems as if they are quite indifferent towards Budhya, towards their duty as a father, as a son, and they are totally indifferent from all kinds of works and from society. Now I will discuss some general points about the father and the son. Gisu, when Madhav does not enter the cottage to look after his wife Budhya, Gisu says that when his wife died, he did not move from her side for 3 days. Moreover, Madhav thinks that if he moved from there, his father will finish most of the potatoes. Madhav says that if there is the birth of a baby, there is no ginger, sugar, or oil that one needs for such occasion. But his father Gisu assures him that people around them will give them rupees to help them. So both the father and the son are great shirker and heartless. They do not work at all to support themselves and Madhav's wife. They do not care at all for even when she is thrashing about in the agony of childbirth and giving piercing scream. Whatever money they collect for the shroud of dead Budhia, they spend it on drinks and snacks. Such devils are found in our society. It is a really matter of shame. Students, in this lecture, I have taught you the compare and contrast the characters of Ghisu and Madhav. In the next video, I will teach you the character sketch of Budhia, the wife of Madhu. So thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.